Hey everybody, my name is Jordan Sutton and I'm the author of Take Back What the Devil Has Stolen from You. All right. And I'm up here again just to talk about a brief message. Oh, but before I get into it, make sure you click on the links below. Okay. The links below. Okay. Up there, it has my paperback edition of Take Back What the Devil Has Stolen from You, as well as my ebook version. Okay. So, again, and also my blog is up there, my Instagram is up there. Um, just so much enriching content. Okay, and make sure you check it out. I gotta also add my Twitter account up there. I'm always on Twitter, so I need to start adding that up there as well. But again, check it out. Remember, you have everything to gain. Okay, enriching the mind, enriching the mind, fulfilling the spirit. Okay, I think that's why I said on the first video. I gotta check that out. But anyway, I just feel like the first video just didn't have enough energy. So I don't know again if it's the weather. I don't know if it's the rain. I don't know what it could be. But here I am again just to come back with a quick message. Just to let you know, do not throw your standards away. Okay? Do not throw your standards away. Again, don't throw your standards away in all seriousness. Okay? I know it seems to be like a very common thing of what we see in the world, and not only in the world, also within the church. You know, regardless of what type of environment that you may be in, that supports that promotes that, because there is an agenda. You know, I feel like there is an agenda, and it been an agenda out there, but an agenda to make the woman promiscuous. Just based off the TV shows, make her have no standards, make her this way, dumb her down, have her, act way less than and beneath who she truly really is. Okay. So again, keep your standards, even with the males, there's pressure on them as well. Keep your standards. So what if people looking at you crazy in this day and age and time in 2018 because you have standards? So what? So what? You know what? It's hey, this is the life we live. We got to take up our cross. We got to keep on going. We got to keep on going. There's no excuse for us to faint and to get weary because people are looking at us crazy and strange. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something I want to get up here. And the reason why I say people look at you crazy and strange, because most people that you encounter, most people that you see, most people that you know, most people that's around you, most people that you don't know, are engaging in things where it's just beneath them. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed like if you're not on this trend and on this bandwagon of settling, for less, then people will look at you crazy. They will look at you crazy if you're doing things different. But see, God made people's path different. Everybody's path is different. Everybody not supposed to be here by 25. Everybody not supposed to have, their children in their picket white fence by 25. I think you should really want more than that, really. A picket white fence and ain't sounding I guess that's just a general example, but I think even with that example, you should want more than that, even if it does take longer. And that's just what it is. The more special you are, the greater the requirements. Sometimes the longer it'll take, and it's absolutely worth it. Don't deceive yourself. It's absolutely worth it. It's going to be absolutely worth it at the end when it's all said and done. Just keep on going. Don't throw your standards in the trash can because you feel like most people ain't checking for them. Okay. And and if you're not careful, and if you think about it long enough, you can become deceived. You can be deceived by this illusion where the person that does have all this type of the wrong type of attention on them, it'll look like they're the prize. It'll look like they're the ones that's wanted and preferred. But with you, since you were challenged, and you just ain't gonna take, you just not gonna tolerate this and that. You may be looked over, but you'll think it's you. You'll think it might be your appearance. You'll think it'd be something about you. You're like, what's wrong? What's wrong with me? Nothing. That's why I said don't allow, you know, the devil to play with your perception. Nothing. It just knows that they're not able to run that game on you. They know that they're not able to control you, use you, manipulate you, whatever it is that they feel like they can do with that other person. So really, it's really a blessing. Now it may not feel like a blessing, but you know what the Lord told me? He said you got to look at this as you got to look at this as a good thing. You looking at this as a bad thing. He said, there's so many bullets that you dodge. You don't have any idea. He said, there's so much protection, so many things that I preserve you from. He said, there's so many demons that was in some of these guys, and you didn't miss out on anything. If anything, you are standing on top. Like I said, you can be winning and not know it. You can be winning and it may not feel like it. You can be winning and it may not appear like it, according to, of course, the world standards. But just to let you know, still hang in there. Keep on going. Remember, you're not the only one. Not everybody has forsaken and gave in and bowed, into this thing where it's cool and it's okay. It's cool and okay and acceptable, and it became normalized to, not to have no standards on the male end and female end. I mean, back in the day, not that I was born back in the day, but you know, it wasn't that bad. Now it's just everybody, most people just forfeiting it and just throwing it in the trash can. But always hold your head up high. Remember that you are a king. Remember that you are a queen, and you will not take anything less. You will not, even if that means you have to be, single for a while. That's okay. And I've seen some of these single people feeling more happier and doing a little bit more better than these people that's mixed up in all this junk. That's mixed up in all of this drama and chaos and confusion. Yes, sir. And you got to be very careful because people do carry spirits. People do carry spirits. People do carry spirits. Okay. And I'm not trying to, sound crazy, but they do. And so remember that everything is for a reason. The Lord is preserving you and protecting you from all of these dangers. And you may not even realize it. You just looking at it as, oh, it's rejection. Oh, they want this type of woman. And you know what? And it was a time when I was thinking like, man, I just realized something. I was coming back from a family event, and I was like, man, I just noticed something because I saw how much, how someone was getting this type of attention, and it wasn't the right type of attention. But you know what? I was just thinking about it like, dang, Lord, is that all the guys really want? It seems like they're not really checking for the girls, but that's a challenge. It don't seem like they're really checking for the ones that, strong in their faith still. It don't seem like they checking for the virtuous woman. Basically what I'm saying. And maybe on the male side, they may not be checking for the virtuous male. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know what? This is the life we live. You know what? He ain't saying we're going to be easy. But you know what? We still got to keep going. And he's not going to put too much more on us than what we can bear. And it's so much protection that's there. It's so much protection that's there, and we don't see it because it don't look like it. It look like everything is a rejection. Everything is a no. Everything's a closed door. Even when it comes down to business, it can just look like, man, this thing is hard. This thing is, he want me to do this. He want me to do that. But I don't have the backing that most people have. I don't have that type of support that most people have. I don't have, like you list all these list of things that you don't have, but actually it's going to work in your favor because it's going to be like, man, you still going to make it and you didn't have none of that. You still going to make it and you didn't have any of that. So let me switch back to the subject at hand of what I was talking about. Don't throw away your standards. Keep your integrity. Keep your dignity. Keep it. Okay. Because when it's all said and done, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be so worth it at the end. You're going to be glad. And I've seen people, and the reason why I say most people look at you crazy now when you got standards and when you carry yourself a certain kind of way, is because part of it is they weren't strong enough to handle it. You know what I'm saying? They weren't strong enough to be by themselves for a period of time. So, they'd rather just get into some mess just to have somebody. And it's not going down like that. And remember, you got to break generational curses. There's so many things you got to do. You can't play into all of that. You can't play into that type of thinking. So you got to also be strong in your thinking as well. Now, when I talk to the Lord, After I came back from this family event, I said, Lord, it seems like they just want this particular type of woman. It don't seem like they really checking for the woman with standards. And then it got to me. I started to think about it. I was like, oh man, I see why some women lower their standards. They're not checking for the woman with standards. They already know that. So they'll still, but let me tell you something, I can't do it. I can't drag myself to do it. No, no way. I don't care. I'll be single for I don't care how long it takes. I ain't doing that. I ain't go it ain't going down like that. But I saw just I had a little bit of insight to see like why some of them kind of bend their standards because they know that if they are a challenge, they're not going to be checked for. But that's okay. You're not supposed to be checked for by the wrong one. But a real man wants a challenge. A real man wants standards. Okay. Let me see if I can change this light here. I feel like my eyes are just looking real watery or whatnot. Watery. But a real man is checking for standards and a challenge. And I saw this on somebody's live video and where they had like a panel of men to come in and talk about their experiences and everything. And, the topic was, why do men cheat? Okay. Now, my take on that, a man gonna cheat regardless. No matter what your body type is, how you look, your size, whatever it is that you got done or whatever. If the man ain't right, he just ain't right. Okay, and you can't make anybody change. So that's also an important factor to always remember. Keep your standards, because I see a lot of these people compromising. You see a lot of these people, giving in and doing all kinds of things just to keep a man or just to have a man, and they can't even keep him. And the man is still out here doing whatever he want to do. So that's why it's also important to say, man, stay true to yourself. Be true to yourself, okay? It's very important that we do that. It's very important that we do that regardless. That's okay. I don't want junk. I don't want trash. Neither should you, just to say that you got somebody. Evaluate your self-esteem. Work on yourself. Put in the work. Stop. Don't use excuses. Don't use the past. Yes, those have factors. You know what, everybody's experienced some things and where they could have went into another or a different direction, but take the time to work on yourself and to love yourself so none of this stuff will happen. I actually watch a series that's on called Love is Blank, and it is really called Love is Blank. Now, the guy that everybody's going crazy for on Twitter, he got some good qualities, but he ain't my cup of tea. But I guess because people ain't seen love and romance in such a long time, they'll take that. You know what I'm saying? But there was this character up there who used to go with this guy she was in a relationship with him for 15 years. This is why you need to have standards, because you'll waste your time with the wrong one. All that time wasted. What? But yes, she said that, she was the one that spent time getting him ready and prepared, and he's going to win with another woman. See, when he got with another woman, he ended up getting a job. He took it more seriously. He stopped smoking. He stopped doing all of this stuff. And don't get me wrong, he's still flawed, but he seemed to be working much harder for the other woman, and changing for the better for the other woman. And then, he had this conversation with her, I guess coming back to the house. Like I said, the dude is flawed. So I guess to get some things, was Valentine's Day. And, they had this honest conversation. And she was like, I'm the one that spent time to get you ready. Now, the guy was like, well, you didn't really want me until another woman started to want me. I stayed on your couch for 5 months. And, he said you didn't touch me. But for only, what, 2 days or so? I don't know what he said. But, again, I don't condone shacking up cohabitation. But this is just a story. This is just a story. Let me wrap this up because it is becoming lengthy. But basically, she said that I spent all that time helping you get ready. And basically she's going to get the benefits. But let me tell you something. Had this character, her name was Ruby, on the show, on the character on Love Is, had she loved herself, she never would have gave that man 15 years. Had she if she would have held up to the true standard that she had about herself, she would have never had allowed this. She never would have allowed this, okay? So again, and not to say that was her fault, But when we put up standards, there's certain things that you don't have to deal with because you know you don't have to, and you know that you won't. Okay. So anyway, this is lengthy, already running over time just a little bit. And I just want to let you know to be encouraged. The best is on the way. The best is truly, really on the way. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. I'm not even just talking about the people in the world. I'm also talking about the people that are proclaiming to be saved. But they're not holding themselves up to the certain standard that they should. Okay. So always remember that the best is yet to come. Click on the links below. And remember, we in this together, and the best is in store. Okay. So just know that. I was trying to remember this thing I said on my previous video. My links enriches your mind and satisfy the soul. It was something I said. I don't know. I got to check back. But anyway, keep your standards because when it's all said and done, it will be worth it. And you're going to be so glad. You're going to be so glad you didn't compromise. You're going to be so glad. Yeah, there was some times where you look back and it didn't seem right. It didn't seem fair. It seemed like everybody was able to do them, have their fun, but at the same time, what did it cost? Look at the cost. Look at the price. Look at the consequence. Look, at the end of the day, it won't worth it just to have a few moments and few hours of fun. Okay, so with that being said, my name is Jordan Sutton. I'm the author of Take Back What the Devil Has Stolen From You. And remember that the best is yet to come. I don't care what you experience, what you've been through. The best is still on the way. It's still on the way. I don't care it don't look like it. I don't care it don't look like it. It's still on the way. Anyway, take care. God bless. Remember to subscribe, like, share, whatever you want to do. You know what? Tell a friend. Tell somebody that, hey, get you some encouragement. You got everything to gain. Again, talk to y'all later. God bless.